Yo, what is up? What's poppin'? You know it ain't no stopping. It is your boy, the International Sensei, and welcome to the Into the Dojo podcast. Your source for damn near everything at this point, man. I used to be a fighting, like martial arts and fighting game podcast. I'm still going to be doing that, but I'm going to be adding some more content during the week. So my posts will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But of course, you know the vibes, and the vibes know you. Keep it right, keep it tight, and above all, please talk to me nice. And today we are coming across the nation for some Monday motivation. And since this is the first iteration of Monday motivation, I just want to give you guys my motivational routine or my morning routine to keep me up and get me motivated, especially on those days where I am feeling not too tough. Before I get into that, though, I definitely want to recommend a book. I'm going to try to recommend a book a week or like a book every other week or whatever, depending on how the schedule is of when I post my Monday motivations. But this book is like relatively older. It's called Rhinoceros Success by Scott Alexander. This was given to me by one of my mentors back in high school, and like I always kept it. And I never really got like a chance to really get into reading it. And then once I started trying to get into audiobooks more, and I realized like my readings were I could read well, but my readings when I was doing like live reads were very choppy, or I would like think too much about how I sounded. So I just went back and read that. It was like wealth of knowledge, very helpful book. Reading a lot more books and adding more to like a collection of books just because like I want to practice that more, obviously, because I want to get into audiobooks as a career type of thing. But definitely one book to look at, Rhinoceros Success by by Scott Alexander. It just talks about really just like using a strong mentality and not wavering in your conviction and being able to keep pushing on even when times get tough and doubt starts to creep in, you know what I mean? Like, whether it's with dance, whether it's with education, whether it's with whatever. I think, like, people sometimes, like, they'll tend to give up way too soon and things like that. And I think, especially in the States, I'm sure it's like this in other countries too, but in the States especially, like, they'll always put the stigma over stuff as a real job or whatever. My thing is this, like, look, if you can make money doing something, then it's a real job. You know what I mean? Like, if whether it's music, now obviously there's smart ways to go about making money in those industries, but I can't say that it's not a real job if there are people that can make money at it. I mean, people could say technology is a real job, but there's still people with fucking 2 and 3 degrees that are out of work. There are people with freaking master's degrees that can't find jobs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't just put all this weight on the educational system like it's going to be your freaking end-all, be-all, and your savior, because it truly isn't. But anyway, getting into like the Monday motivation, the first thing I would always say is just eat some kind of breakfast in the morning. Like, even if it's just something small, eat something that's good for you. Like, cut out the cereal. I always just do some eggs with some little bit of toast, some coffee. Just something simple just to get the day started, you know what I mean? And then I would say, like, if you have I did 2 things. I did a dream playlist, and then I did a lot of like Eric Thomas. And Eric Thomas, if you don't know who that is, that's a motivational speaker, and he goes like deep with stuff, and he's like an ultimate success story. He was a guy that, for lack of a better phrase, wasn't supposed to make it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those guys that, oh, well, damn, he made it out, blah, blah, blah. One of those guys, whatever. And that's just, again, a societal thing of saying, oh, because you're in a particular situation, you're not, quote-unquote, supposed to make it out or whatever. Anyway. So he's just like a guy that, like, is a good kick in the pants kind of guy. Like, if you're running, if you're one of those days you're just feeling kind of sluggish or whatever, he's definitely someone that I would always put on some Eric Thomas, because the thing about him, like, he's freaking like loud. Like, he's one of those guys, like, he's like a coach. Like, he's like one of those guys where, like, you might not be next to him, but it's like you feel him like yoking you up by the collar, like, yo, get your stuff together and get it together right now type of thing. But he's definitely an amazing source to go through when you just need some Monday motivation, or just throughout the week and you just need some motivation. So definitely Eric Thomas. The specific speech I listen to often is the Steph Curry speech, where he just talks about like everything being done in practice. Like, everything that you do, you have to keep practicing at it, And then when the time comes for you to show up and show out, you need to be 100% prepared, because if you're not, then it's gonna pass you by, and all of that complaining and all that stuff that you did was just like white noise, because you didn't put in the effort and you didn't put in the energy when it was time to really shine on a particular element of your life. You know what I'm saying? So definitely someone else to listen to. Outside of him, I also listen to some Les Brown occasionally. He's one of the guys that always quotes the if poem: if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it, and fret for it, and plan for it, and give up all terror of opposition for it, if neither cold, sickness of pain of body and brain can keep you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and grim you beseech and beset it, with the help of God you will get it. Or with the help of whatever source that you believe in, because I'm not here to be a fucking holy roller and all kinds of shit, or whatever it is. If you believe in it, you believe in it. I am not going to knock anyone for believing in something that I don't believe in, or believing in more things than I believe in, or if you believe in other religious beings, I don't care. Like I'm all for it. Okay, I'm the international sensei for a reason. All nations, all coasts, all backgrounds, all whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm all encompassing. If you want to come here to listen and get some motivation and just be in a positive environment to hear the smooth sounds of the international sensei, I'm playing. But yeah, if you want to come here for someone that's not gonna really just like Bible beat you, I'm the guy, because I'm not a fan of that, especially for the people that do that. You go a little bit too overboard. But that is another topic for another day. The other thing I would say is just for being motivated is just stay around positive people. Stay around positive people. Stay around positive, productive people. Because you could have a positive person, like you could have a person that doesn't do you any harm, but you could also have a person that doesn't do you any harm while doing you no good. You know what I mean? So like if you have a training session and the people that you're with, you can't get no work done, or if you're going to your friend's house and all you guys do all the time is play the game, which is nothing wrong with that, but you're not doing anything else but that. You need to surround yourself with people that can have their fun, but also when it's time to be productive, be productive. Like, I can't tell you how many times where I've said, okay, we're going to go here and we're going to get this done. And then I get stuff done, but when I'm not there, they don't get stuff done, or vice versa, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to find a good balance between the fun positivity and also the productive positivity. And don't get in the habit of sticking with a quote unquote friend that doesn't mean you any good. And like, it's a thing where you're gonna have to make that big boy or big girl decision or whatever at a certain point, because that person, although that the times are fun and things like that, it's not worth investing tons of time being around them, because it doesn't benefit you, number one. Sometimes it could get you in trouble or whatever, or it can just get you into drama that you don't need to be involved with. So it's like stay away from that and protect your energy. Like, and if that person is truly someone that cares for you, they're gonna either fix their act or they're gonna let you go on and do what you want to do, because they understand that they don't bring any benefit to your life. They only detract from it. But that would be my thing. I mean, I would never say never look down on someone because they're in a bad situation. Never do that. But understand that you aren't the end all be all. Like, if you're not in a position where you can truly help an individual, you don't need to be scraping by trying to give them what you can necessarily. Like, you can help out like bits and pieces when you can, but don't be breaking your neck to help individuals when you know you're not in a financial situation to help. But again, surround yourself with positive people, stay positive, stay strong, and understand that everything is a process. Like, don't get to the point where you think that, oh, I only did this and I'll never achieve whatever again, like blah blah blah. Like, don't get into a habit of so much self-doubt to where you can't even function as a regular individual. You know what I mean? So like, always push forward and just keep a good attitude and keep good things around you. So keep good books to read, like Rhinoceros with Success. Keep stuff like Les Brown's not Les Brown's podcast, but Les Brown's speeches, Eric Thomas's speeches, and things like that. Keep those around you so that you can just have good quality content that helps get you up and helps get you motivated, especially on those days where you're not feeling too hot. And surround yourself with great people, good vibes only, good energy only, and that's it, man. I would just say, like, keep it positive, keep growing, and keep showing that the Entity Dojo podcast is a great place to come on a Monday morning for some motivation across the nation, because the dreams we steady chasing. It is the International Sensei. Please follow me on Twitter at Sensei_Global 21, Instagram International_Sensei, and the Entity Dojo podcast is on SoundCloud, Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, and all of that good stuff. With that being said, I'm the International Sensei, and we must now exit the dojo. Us.